Hi everyone, it's Rax. It's essentially the start of the second day of the Path of Exile 1 League, and I wanted to make a quick video talking to you why I think that this patch was kind of a big success in terms of the patch notes to the actual game, as well as the mechanic for Breach. I'm not the greatest Path of Exile one ever, I'm not the leading expert, but I have played a couple of seasons now, and I have played a lot of the ARPGs, and I think a lot of the things that Grinding Gear Games has done here work very well. So I just like to talk through it. It's going to be a very positive video right after a quick word from this video's sponsor. Guys, today's video is brought to you by Displate. You probably heard of them. They are the industry leader in making the very best metallic posters. And the quality of these is pretty much unmatched. The finish here, I'm not sure how well it comes across on the actual camera, cannot be beat, and it's actually like etched, it's actually raised. So you're getting the very, very best things. Here's another one. I love this one, the Val Orb. We're going to be spamming these, of course, all league long on all of our stuff. And they have the official Path of Exile license, as well as thousands and thousands of other choices from your other favorite IPs. Couldn't be easier to set up. You put the little sticky on the wall, you put the magnet on the wall, and then you attach the poster. After that, if you want a change of scenery, maybe you want to put a different game up for a different time of the year, you can take them all down and put the new ones back up. They have an unbelievable deal going on through the entirety of November. If you buy 1 to 2 Displates, it's 37% off. 3 to 4 is 43%, and 5 plus is 46% off. They'd make an amazing gift for anyone. So if you'd like to purchase them, please go to displate.com/@Rax or use code RAX, or check the link down below. Thank you so much to Displate for sponsoring this video, and let's get back to it. All right. So first of all, let's talk about quality of life. The thing that impacts me or impacted me the most is something that I don't even know if I saw in the patch notes. And I thought I read them decently, but maybe I missed it. And I'm going to demonstrate for you what it is exactly. So if I'm in the second zone here in the mud flats, the developers at Grinding Gear Games have made a change. And on your mini map here, they will show you like important things from a much further distance away. I know that this has changed because I just ran the campaign several times to warm up for the league. And I spent a lot of my time, as someone who doesn't have every layout memorized, just kind of, wandering around. Where the hell do I go? Begging to find the door to go to the next area. But let me approach the edge of the map here, and I'll show you when we finally see the door, and we can make a note of how far away it is. And you might think, that's a pretty small thing. That doesn't really matter, right? Well, not really. I would say it felt significantly different. Okay, so I think it was about right here. It shows me where the door is, right? We see this door up here. And look how far away this door is. This is like multiple screens away. And I'm telling you for sure, it wasn't like that before. And people were commenting it in my chat as well. It's little things like that that makes such a big difference. I remember, if you go back several videos ago about Path of Exile 2, one of the first times I played it, I made a huge document about things I would like changed. You had to literally sniff the door in order for it to actually appear on your map. It was actually ridiculous, especially how big the zones were. And it looks like they actually gave that treatment to Path of Exile 1, where you're like literally multiple screens away and you can see it. I definitely noticed that. I hope it was actually intended in the patch notes. I'm guessing it was. But if it wasn't, please leave that in the game. it actually made a lot of the zones where you're like, oh God, I don't know where it is. Let me hug every wall until I find it. Now you can kind of stay centralized and do a little loop-de-loop. A really good example would be the final zone in Act 3 before you go to, what's his name, Dominus. You can kind of just stay in the middle and you'll find where the exit is. God, that feels so much better than hugging every wall. The next thing that worked amazingly is the ID all. And I think the ID all, for me personally, makes a much bigger difference in the end game than it does in the campaign. I actually think it's bait at the beginning of the campaign, because usually you need transmutes at the beginning in order to use the crafting bench for a lot of the crafts, to put stuff on your gear. And if you ID everything, you don't get transmutes, you get alterations. But in the end game, okay, I do my map, I appear right here, I talk to Helena, boom, ID all, and then you can just sell it at the same vendor or whatever, or go to Faustus Australian for beer, and then you can just sell it all, right, or put it on the marketplace or whatever. Super awesome, underrated change. Another thing that I used constantly in the campaign, and I loved it, is the upgrade all button for the gems. I can't really show it to you, but you just press one button, boom, all your gems are upgraded. So if there's certain gems like maybe Frostblink, or if there's Life Tap that you don't want to level, you right click it one time to leave them permanently at level 1. And then every time you level, just boom, boom, click, 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 boom, boom, boom. And then you're back to playing the game. Man, I'm telling you, maybe I'm just a sucker for stuff like this, but for me personally, these little things make my experience so much better. So, like, if you keep doing stuff like this, grinding your games, I do think you are improving the game for the veteran players, obviously, but I do genuinely think you're making it more accessible for new players. I think that they've literally officially said that's not their focus for POE1. POE2 brings in the new players. POE1 is designed for the veterans, but I think these changes help both. Another thing that comes to mind that seems like very, like, I don't know what the right word is, wrong for quality of life, is Harbinger. I really like Harbinger. I really like that that game mode, or that end game mechanic. But the problem is it drops so many million pieces of currency, like the different shards that you have to go click, 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 pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up. It would be so nice if Harbinger could get the quality of life pass for the next round. And then I would actually love to play that mechanic, because it hurts my wrist so bad. Click, 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 and pick up 15,000 shards that it makes me not even want to do it. The breach mechanic. For me, it's not like the breach mechanic was the most awe-dropping thing that I've ever seen. It felt like Breach, as they said it would be. There was no mechanics here that were, I don't know, revolutionary. But for me, just the tuning of it was, I think, a lot closer to correct than some of the other mechanics I've seen on the launch, and it seems to check a bunch of boxes. So, for example, for the people that play PoE1 a lot, right, you usually don't interact with the mechanic in the campaign, because you just get through the campaign, you get to the end game, and then you can start doing the mechanic. It usually slows you down for not that much of a benefit. You don't really need extra XP. You don't need extra currency. You've probably done the campaign 100 times, right? However, that was the attitude that I had going in, and it's also the strategy that I used. But I did do a few breaches here or there at different intervals just to see what would happen, and I felt the tuning was about right. Like, if I just AFK'd and I just let everyone bum rush the girl in the middle, I would lose. But if I fought and I did my best, I would win. They did decent damage to me, but not overwhelming, ridiculous one-shot damage to me. So I felt like it was a bit of a fight. And every time I stopped to do it, I seemed to get decent rewards. I got a chunk of currency. I need anything at the beginning of the game. It gave me really good items. It either gave me really good sockets, or it gave me yellows or something. So I felt like the tuning here was pretty good. It was a mechanic that I'm playing. I could fail it, but it felt pretty fair, and it felt like if I stopped and did it, it was rewarding. So nice job there. And the graphs did seem to help, as they said in the early game. I didn't find any that were just perfect for the synergy for what I was doing, but the ones that I did use were still powerful anyway. So just getting that part right and feeling good made a big difference. One thing that I like about this mechanic is the same reason that I like the mechanic for POE2. It's pretty straightforward. Not a huge tutorial is needed. You run in and you just start fighting. You go to the tree, you pick some stuff, you put the hand in, and you hit craft. Stuff like that. POE1, on the other hand, to play devil's advocate, is known for having the complicated mechanics that people like to dive into and spend a lot of time theory crafting and da 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 da. And I do think there is some depth to this mechanic, so you don't want to make it too easy. But the fact that it was very approachable for people, at least to initially use it, is also a big win, in my opinion. The different types of breaches, actually, they make a difference in my build. I don't know if they make a difference for other people, but they matter to me. I would much rather have the breach be expanding outward than them come to me. Because if they come to me, then I have to stand here, and if they're ranged, then I have to move around and kill them while they blast the girl trying to, mess with the breach. So, and then the Sky Fortress is very valuable, but the actual waves of it, at least for my current gear, it's tough for me. So it's good to get a variety, and it's good that they're actually different enough in the way that they occur that I do have my favorite ones. So if I ever see a breach that's expanding outward, I always do that one because it's good for my build. I just run around the edge and boom, 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 and I win easily. So you did something right there. It's got boss fights in it. No spoilers there, but I found some boss fights. And then the final thing is you're able to really customize your rewards. And it's in a pretty intelligent way, right? Like, I don't know, I'm just clicking random stuff. Don't copy my tree. I have no idea what I'm doing. But you can go through here, and I have another point, and you can kind of customize exactly what you want and fill in the different branches. Overall, I think a lot of things were done well here, and I can't think of too many things to complain about, which is not usually what happens. I usually just complain about everything. So, just wanted to make a quick positive video. If you're playing POE1, would love to know what you thought of it. Do you agree, or am I missing something? Did you find something that was horrible about it? And if you haven't played POE1, I'd give it a try. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm definitely going to be blasting. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. And let me know, are there any particular POE1 videos you'd want me to make? Again, I'm following Pox's Righteous Fire Guide, so I don't have a specific build guide here. But if there's something that you want me to make, drop it down below. I'll read through it and see if I can do that for you. Have a great day, guys. The holidays are coming up. I hope you guys are well. Thank you.